Since we saw this session come across our desks at Adweek, we've been looking forward to this one. It's brought to us by our great partners at Clinch. Couldn't be happier than to have their support this week. It is titled, How to Make Your Advertising Work Better Without You Working Harder. So here to help us unlock those secrets is Clinch CEO and co-founder, Oz Etzioni. Please welcome Oz.
There we go. Good afternoon. I'm Oz Etzioni, CEO of Clinch. Clinch leads the industry in personalized advertising and dynamic ad serving across all channels. Let's just make sure that this works. There we go. I'm here to take you today through a journey in time. We'll be Doctor Who for a few minutes. And eventually, instead of taking you to the future, I'll bring a little bit of the future to you and show you how your business will thrive. There's a lot of chatter about currency in our industry lately. We all grew up with the phrase, time is money. That phrase was actually coined in 1719 by women trying to convey to men the monetary cost of their laziness. That's quite a management technique, huh? As we all know, time has a big role in advertising. We use it to measure and optimize how much screen time consumers spend, how much time they view video ads, cost per second, latency, day part. But time is much more than just a currency. Time is a bridge from what has been to what will be. The future is a promise we make to ourselves, a promise to work towards the world as we want it. The difference between science fiction and reality is time. You know, I remember as a kid watching Back to the Future and all the science fiction movies. I really wanted a flying car. Now look at us. We're driving electric cars that can drive themselves. I mean, come on, we're almost there. We got all this amazing advertising technology that can do things we couldn't have imagined 20 or even 10 years ago. But back then, we didn't need to imagine EdTech because everything was much simpler. This advertising future we're currently in mostly just evolved as reactions to opportunities that came along. Platforms, audiences, cookies. And that led us to a lot of black boxes. We don't really understand how advertising decisions are made. You just put data and creative in, get performance out, and pay money to the box's owner. It led to really tangled workflows. You find yourself working with tools that were never made for advertising. And it led to a salad of buzzwords and having to learn like 3 new acronyms on a daily basis. I mean, come on, it's confusing, right? I mean, is TAM a total addressable market or a technical account manager? Is POS a point of sale or a piece of, right? So let's talk about a better future. Some background on my background. I lead a company that does dynamic creative optimization. We are well recognized in the industry for the power of our technology. Forrester leader in creative EdTech, AdExchanger best data technology, DigiDay best personalization, Gartner cool vendor, which is it's a pretty cool one. Ask 100 people what dynamic advertising and DCO is, and you'll get 100 answers. Of course I'm doing DCO. Why wouldn't I test and learn? We do A/B testing all the time. Everything we do is dynamic. Ask 100 people how DCO works, and you'll get one big, awkward silence. But it really comes down to 3 simple things: automation, optimization, and intelligence. Automation is all about efficiency. Using technology to save hundreds of hours over doing things manually. Who doesn't like efficiency? Efficiency means do more and do better with less in less time. In a complex business like ours, creating simplicity is the key to success. Optimization is about improving results. Using every impression we serve as a small experiment to make better decisions in real time. We've seen over 20x increase in return on ad spend when using our optimization, which, as you can imagine, makes our clients very, very happy. Now, creative intelligence is about understanding the consumers better through their engagement with the creative and providing the data back to the advertiser. Not just campaign performance data, but newly discovered segments, enriching the customer profile in their CRM and telling them not just what happened in a campaign, but why it happened. Now, I want you to think about it. Understanding the why would be quite a game changer, right? But time brings the unexpected. The pandemic created much more complexity. Strategies revamped on the fly. Consumers changed the way they buy. And when you face complexity, you tend to retreat to the familiar, the best practices. But the familiar is just stuff that you did before. You don't make progress with the conventional wisdom. You play it safe. The pandemic totally crushed the idea that the future was always right around the corner. It turned out we needed everything on everyone's long-term roadmap right now. We needed sophisticated localization because national messages didn't speak very well to a country going through different regional experiences. We needed to be able to do it on CTV and OTT because entertainment was suddenly all at home and all digital. We needed personalization because consumers learn how to filter out the irrelevant. We needed to turn to data-driven creative because, as we all experienced firsthand, and as McKinsey reported, 3/4 of US consumers tried new shopping behaviors during the pandemic. And because creative, at the end of the day, is responsible for 50% of sales lift, massively, more than any other factor. At Clinch, we thought hard about those things. Hard, but not long. Our philosophy has always been personalization everywhere. But to achieve it, we had to realize that the future is now. We were all already late, so our team started building. Now, we have some of the best clients in the world, innovators when it comes to dynamic advertising and DCO. We listen to them. We observe what works and what not, and we learn from that. Even before the pandemic, they shared their challenges with us. Now, I want you to take a look for a second. That's a lot of challenges, and everyone in the ecosystem experiences them. Technology is sometimes used as a Band-Aid, as a patch. But these things are systemic, and they require systemic solutions. So when we hear those pain points, for us, these are opportunities, and we ask ourselves, what if? What if we didn't need so many people on a campaign? What if we replaced the legacy tools that slow us down? What if AI could eliminate mistakes and delays? What if I could simplify the crazy complexity? What if it was an hour instead of a week for every creative change? What if one platform replaced the too many vendors? What if I had real-time visualization of campaign performance data? What if I could stop everyone working too hard? What if we stopped trying to fix these things one by one, but instead build a whole new system that just wouldn't have them? There are moments in time where great change happens all at once. Big things, like the invention of the jet engine that suddenly made the whole world accessible. The DVR changed television forever by breaking out the linear model. I would even argue that without Zoom, the pandemic would have made remote work nearly impossible. When the future shows up unexpectedly, everything changes.
Now, for the first time, a single simple platform can power every aspect of dynamic advertising. We didn't just upgrade advertising, we rebuilt it from the ground up, the way it should have been from the beginning. Introducing Flight Control. With advertisers in full control of every aspect of their campaigns, with teams working together on a single platform that powers everything they need to do to succeed. Using intelligence that doesn't feel artificial, an extension of their own expertise. Flight Control enables teams to visually plan, run, and measure personalized dynamic campaigns across all channels, using the same workflow for every channel. And it's easy to get up and running because flight control is already integrated with your other key partners. Flight control is the first DCO solution that teams can run themselves without outside experts or managed service fees through an intuitive visual interface. It replaces cumbersome setup with a powerful campaign map that not only simplifies the presentation of campaign logic and decision-making, but allows creative and data feeds to be attached directly to the strategy, so the system properly assembles and serves the ad. With Flight Control, collaboration begins at the earliest strategy phase. The platform easily gathers approvals, activates, optimizes, and does analytics, all while making complex campaigns feel easy. Sophisticated artificial intelligence QAs every possible creative decision and suggests fixes to any issue. And Flight Control's deep understanding of strategy and creative elements allows analytics that go beyond telling you what happened during a campaign to tell you why it happened, from performance to predictions to insights about audiences and segments, anytime, instantly. So your understanding of your audience and how to communicate with them grows stronger with every impression you deliver. So your team can be more productive, more efficient, and more successful than ever, all enabled by the soaring intelligence that has made Clinch the choice of top global brands for data-driven creative optimization. Flight Control, now available from Clinch. Personalization everywhere.
Flight Control. The name conveys our goal. We give you power you've never had before, so the sky is your only limit. Time, as the wise women of 1719 saw, is money. Saving time is saving money, or making it. Flight Control realizes all those what-ifs. We did it because black boxes are bad for everyone, and we want technology that helps you understand how it makes decisions rather than block you. We did it so you can see the why behind the campaign performance, so you can better understand your consumers, so that every media dollar you spend is also a research dollar. We did it so you can run any type of campaign on any channel with the same easy workflow. So CTV and TikTok are suddenly as easy as a basic display campaign. We did it, in fact, so you guys can simplify the complexity in your campaign, whether you're running a straightforward campaign or a highly personalized campaign. Because it's simple, because it's dynamic, it takes no time to make changes. We recently ran a campaign for a large retailer with thousands of SKUs. We had close to 1 million creative ad variations. Once the campaign was live, we were told that we need to change one part of the message. Sounds familiar? It took us 1 minute to make that change across all creative variations. 1 minute. Just imagine how much more business you can win, because Flight Control will free your most talented people to focus more on biz dev. Imagine how much more they can accomplish without having to deal with all the separate tools and processes they have today. And Flight Control also brings new and unique capabilities. For the first time ever, you can run DCO on digital out-of-home and CTV. We partner with LG, so you can run personalized video ads on LG's connected TV. And that's just a taste of the power of Flight Control. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank our first partners, especially Dentsu, who are already up and running and seeing the true game changer that Flight Control is. I told you at the beginning of this talk that I'm going to show you a little bit of the future. We're very proud to make this contribution to our industry, and we look forward to empowering businesses like yours to work more efficiently and to be able to do the things you always wanted to do, but never had the tools to cut through the complexity. Just like you, we've been to conferences where people on stage make big promises, and I'm here making big promises. But Flight Control is already out in agencies' hands today, and they are already seeing the benefits. The future is now. Thank you.